you're here, that means you're probably hungover because St. Patrick's Day was yesterday, and it's the as we all know, the holiday to purge and celebrate vomiting. So now that you're all back, how's it going? Let's talk about. There's a couple hardware articles I just want to get out of the way. I'm really not going to cover the whole AMD Ryzen 5 lineup that much because we don't have one yet, other than to show you what they are and what the prices are. Guys, you can get a 6-core with 12 threads for $250 that goes up to 4 gigahertz. I mean, you guys can see that's the 1600X, 1600, 1500, 1400. All going to be similar parts, but some of them are, well, I guess the 6 cores will be similar parts, 4 cores will be similar parts. So until we get one, can't really talk about, how good it's going to be. But I also want to note that the, 1600 and below, 65 watts. Nice. Guys, Seagate has announced a ginormous 12 terabyte, I guess it's going to be mostly for servers and that sort of thing, enterprise grade drive. It's helium filled. It's going to be freaking expensive. And, every time I think, pretty soon we're not going to need standard rotating disks anymore, someone comes out with something even bigger. And so then that makes the gulf between SSD and just spinning disks even bigger. I don't know. I think SSDs are still going to be the way of the future, just not quite yet. All right, let's talk about genetics and biomods and all that fun kind of stuff for just a minute now. Is it still St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Irish up this coffee. If I keep this up, I'll be speaking Gaelic in just a minute. I ain't got nothing to stir this with. There's a new scam website up on the internet called Purenetics. Purenetics.com. You guys should check this out. So people have been talking about this on Reddit. People have been talking about this. Someone emailed me and said, like, hey, have you seen this? You're pretty sexy and pretty smart. You should donate some sperm, man. So these guys claim that if you're smart and athletic and beautiful and perfect, that they'll give you $500,000. But here's the thing, guys. Everyone thinks that they're hot shit these days. Social media has engineered us to think that we're awesome because we fool ourselves. We look at our Facebook page and think, this version of me, this fraudulent version of me that I put forward on the internet, that is who I am. I am that smart, sexy, fun-loving guy, and all the depression and days of masturbating alone in my bedroom. That's not who I really am. What are you laughing at over there? So if you're one of those people, you may fall for this bullshit. What you do is you go to purenetics.com and you sign up and you say, like, holy crap, for a chance to, donate my sperm to these billionaires who really want a smart baby. They really want my smart, athletic, beautiful baby. Well, all I have to do is sign up for this website and pay $5.95. So it's obviously someone's like, hey, look, we've got some Gattaca shit going on here. No, guys, they're preying on stupid people who think they're smart. Well, that's like everybody. It's like our entire government. No, I'll keep it up here. I might need some more. Next up, new artificial synapse bridges the gap to brain-like computers. So what this article is about here is a couple of scientists here. Where are they? They are at, I just looked this, Stanford University. There we go. So a team from Stanford University have sort of taken a different approach to artificial intelligence, whereas most people, they just throw lots of horsepower at it because our brains are incredibly efficient. And what makes them so efficient is the fact that they don't have to rely upon transferring data into RAM. They have a little bit of data. They have like the processing power. Everything's right there. So they just fire up and they can do all kinds of different things. And they do it, this is like such a terrible paraphrase because I'm trying to keep it fast. They do it extremely efficiently. Your entire brain, it only needs about the amount of power that you would use to power a standard light bulb at home. Whereas in order to sort of create this in artificial intelligence, you need hundreds of CPUs, hundreds of graphics cards, and a ridiculous piece of software. So over here at Stanford University, they were like, you know what? Let's try to reverse engineer the way things work in the brain and use some organic materials. So they started doing that, and they're already able to do many things faster than any computers can. Certain, things that are more brain-like. But it's still a long way off. But the bottom line is that they're using organic materials and biological materials to perform computing functions. So you take that. Let's go on to the next article. And then we have some guys here working on DNA as a storage medium. And we all know DNA stores stuff. That's what basically holds all the code and all the stuff that's going on in your body. If we're a computer, a DNA is the code. All the storage, everything that's driving us is all on the DNA. And DNA is extremely efficient because it doesn't just rely upon ones and zeros. There's 4 characters, and you don't have to put them in the same order. You can rearrange them a little bit. But yeah, there's 4 different characters you can mess with, so the data is also more compressed. They're saying a gram of DNA could possibly store the entire internet activity for a year, which is like a petabyte. A zettabyte, I'm sorry. A zettabyte. It's even more. That's ridiculous. So, for reference, they said it was something like 8.6 billion iPhones. I don't know how much is on an iPhone, but that's what the article said. Bottom line here is that they've moved from being able to store just kilobytes of data to being able to store quite a bit more than that. The thing that they haven't tackled yet is the speed of accessing this data. Like they need to figure out better ways to use this data. But anyway, that's step 2. I mean, these are all like baby steps to the big thing. Step 2 is the DNA as our storage. Number 1 is like building a synapse-like, brain-like computer. There's that. Moving on to the next article here. Now, this one's really cool. Some scientists at the University of Chicago and Northwestern have been working together, and those both like in the same area there in Illinois. I believe Northwestern is in the same area, somewhere in Chicago. Anyway, they've been working together, and they have been able to regrow a skull and tissue that goes around it, and they did so without any scar tissue. This is pretty ridiculous. What they do is they build like a sort of a gel lattice, and then the gel lattice has all the proteins and stuff, and then it can essentially regrow the bone, so they regrow, that's weird to me, they regrew everything. So this is going to be great for people who have been in accidents and want to regrow like a piece of their face. They just build the lattice, and then it will regrow and restructure and like regrow bones, regrow whatever. That's the other step. Guys, let's get down to business and talk about where this can go in the future. So we have brain-like computers in the baby stages right now. It ain't always going to be there, and things are going to get way faster. Once we hit artificial intelligence with our jumble of software and jumble of hardware, well, that'll help us to, more quickly work on these biological processes, make DNA a storage medium, make the brains work. And then, if we can grow all this stuff, we can grow all this stuff in a lab or whatever, you just get some samples or whatever from your favorite person, your favorite animal. We're not too far out from being able to grow new life that's indistinguishable from regular life. Or we can make cyborgs, one or the other, but can you imagine if you could grow a brain, let that be a computer, and then fill that full of information, lots and lots of information, grow a skull. And the next thing you know, we've got replicants that aren't really replicants. I mean, it's not like Blade Runner where they're skin jobs, but they're still, something different about them. These will be like very similar to what we're dealing with now. Will they all work for Amazon, or will they work for Google? If China develops them first, because China doesn't have as many, religious holdbacks on like, I don't know about this stuff. What happens if we make a baby and there's no soul? Is he going to eat us all? That was a Marissa Mara laugh I just channeled right there. Get a .tech domain, guys. These are pretty cool. So .tech is a pretty cool domain. A lot of you guys have them. But check this out. Let me show you what you can do here. Get .tech, by the way. So you say you want to get, no, I can't get that domain. Let's say I want to get this domain. You guys can get 1 year for $49. And if you guys are getting 1 year, use the coupon code CRIT1. And that'll save you a lot of money. It'll be like $10.99 instead of $49.99. But check this out. If you guys get 10 years, all right, CRIT10. Now we should apply that coupon code. You see the price for 10 years is $569.90. After the CRIT10 code, 10 years becomes $119.99. So that's pretty ridiculous. So go ahead and grab your, that's a bargain. All right, so go ahead and grab your .tech domain. Yes. All right, that was enough of that marketing stuff, but it's really cool, guys. We're going to be working together with .tech on some secret projects coming up pretty soon, so yeah, get in on it now. If you're not a member of the forum, why not? Get over there. I want to just say thanks to all the members of the forum right now. It's in the middle of the video, and people who are watching up until now are usually people who are regular. So thanks to all you guys on the forum. You guys are awesome. I really like the community that's developing over there. I'm not seeing a lot of elitism, which is really cool. I'm seeing a lot of really helpful comments. I'm not seeing a lot of shaming or anything like that. So it's nice to see a level-headed bunch of people who are also ridiculous and fun. But sometimes when you get like the ridiculous and fun, you also get like the whole like, let's have ridiculous fun making fun of people who are not as smart as us or who are neophytes, which we may have names for, Anyway, thanks guys for being cool. All right, so last week Justin checked out a new game, just the first little bit of the game, and we're going to continue to do that. And what we're going to do this time is show you the first little bit of a game, because that's all we really have time to play. All these games keep coming in. And then we're going to tell you if we're going to continue to play it, and if we think you should play it. So let's go over and check out a game. I'm over here playing Sticks right now, as a matter of fact. So let's go. Yes.
No, you're not. You're here filming Crit Show.
No, but I'm also over there playing Sticks right this moment.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, go good. Let's go over there and check in with me right now, currently playing Sticks. So head on over there. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
We're checking out Sticks right now. There's a lot of information on the screen. Oh, thank you very much. All right, so Sticks. Play a goblin right there. So I'm a goblin who dies a lot. And when he dies, he always says dumb things to you. So this game is sort of a tongue-in-cheek stealth game. And it does a lot of interesting things right so far. I'm only in the beginning of the game here. If you've played, you know that. Let's sneak. The sneaking is done really well, and there's a lot of different tools you have in your arsenal. For instance, like I can sneak over here. See, there we go. I just vomited up a clone. And now I can push 1 and control the clone. So I can send the clone over here to create a diversion or something. I'm gonna distract this guy. Come on over here. Oh, I can just sneak around. You can also use the clone to like sneak around and like see what's going on. It's a really pretty game. It's Unreal Engine 4. It runs kind of rough until you turn off the VSync. I'm running it on like the highest setting, but I had to turn down the anti-aliasing. Even though I have a GTX 1080 in here, it still runs a little bit strangely. Oh, the clone can kill people too. Takes him a while because he doesn't have a blade. Oh, that didn't work. Well, distracted those guys. Look, I started a mess over there. Oh shit, don't see me. So I think the sneaking and like all that general stuff is probably done better than the newest Thief game that came out that was sort of a disappointment. The camera does feel a little bit tight, you know what I mean? It's a little bit too close. Let's go ahead and get this guy. Hey, buddy.
There's too many of them. And if they start understanding what we say as well as wrecking the place,
You can poison their food. Like there's food on the table there. Basically he just goes up and spits on it and poisons it. You can do that. He does not take a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and get killed. Take this guy off. That guy's done. Let's see if I can get this other guy too. Where are you going? Oh, I just killed someone at the bar. Oh, one hit.
Hey, listen, there's no need to be ashamed. I'm not gonna tell anyone if you put the level of difficulty down.
So every time you die, Sticks shows up and says something really stupid. I'll show you a couple of these because they're painful. And then we'll call it whatever.
Game over, man. We're in some real pretty shit now. Listen, I may be digitized, but I'm not stupid. What's your excuse?
Why is Danny DeVito the voice of Sticks?
So you play a green Danny DeVito who's sneaking all over the place. Oh, hit me.
Man.
Go, faster. Oh, he got me.
You stop killing me.
This is the one.
And I won't tell anyone what you did with that apple pie. I thought I was...
Jesus. Let's see what Justin's playing over there. All right, so you're playing what? Not Zelda? Is that what it's called?
Pretty much called Not Zelda. I am playing Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King, which is, I mean, they're not shy about it. This is a homage to Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for the NES or SNES.
It looks a lot like it. The character looks goofy though.
Yeah,
I mean, like the character and the character animations look pretty
kind of
goofy,
looks like
but
Cartman walking.
it's a female Cartman.
Yeah, what's up, man?
The monsters are pretty neat. The sprites are nice. It's kind of like Princess Bride meets The Legend of Zelda. The overarching story is that you'll have some nice commentary from the kids and from the grandparents and stuff like that are telling the story. It starts with the hero waking up and being yelled.
They all start with the hero waking up,
being
like
told to
every
get out of their
single one of
bed by the elder,
Yeah.
kind of deal. You know, same thing like that. A hero that nobody thinks can do it is supposed to be the one that's going to save everything.
As usual.
I do. So one of the neat things about this one is that instead of having inventory numbers on things, mana actually covers all of your inventory items. So I have an infinite number of bombs, technically, as long as my mana is still intact. The other thing is that they did do the kind of like charge attack thing, like you know,
Spin attack. Yeah.
But what I like about this one is that you can also
You do like a jump stomp attack.
you can channel into a really powerful jump stop attack too.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I like the nostalgia kick that I'm getting from it. I really liked Link to the Past. Oh, those are bad druids. Whoa, hey now.
Bad druid, huh?
Naughty Evil Druid. If you really liked Link to the Past, you're probably going to enjoy that you're playing this. I mean, the game even starts with the guy being like, oh, let me tell you the story about the elven boy in the kingdom of High, and then the kids stop and go, Grandpa, we've heard this 1,000 times. If you really liked the old classic SNES top-downs, this is really going to be fun for you. If you're really not into that kind of stuff, then keep moving on. You can definitely find something more entertaining. Let's go back over to the guys over at the desk. Back to you guys.
All right, let's check out this new Dungeons and Dragons app.
Yes.
I've had like 1/10 of an ounce of alcohol, and I'm like already a little bit.
You're a hot mess.
Holy shit.
So, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition has an official companion app that they're releasing. Right now they have openings for beta testing on it, but it's part of the D&D Beyond system that they already have working on. But this app, when all is said and done, it's going to have spells, rules, character sheets, monsters, all kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to just pull up, start using, and have access towards. But it's also going to have tracking materials for DMs. It's going to have all kinds of cool stuff that you can do to go a little bit beyond pen and paper, which is what they're claiming you should do, even though it's been a pen and paper game for so many years. They're trying to, take us into the digital age with it further.
So I can see this going two different ways. I mean, one, it could be really nice for streamlining things, and instead of having to sit there and like do calculations and whatever, you can be like, oh, what's your AC? Okay, he rolls, he hits, okay, and then you take 10 points of damage, you just have it all maintained on your phone. But the other side of this is like having everyone sitting around on their phones. It may end up taking the game into a different direction where you lose a bit of immersion because everyone's doing this, and then once they're not, they like, Facebook message pops up, and you're like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they're like, hey, it's your turn. Like, oh, hold on, where are we? Are we still in
What are we doing?
Are we still in the tavern? No, we've been in the dungeon for an hour, you idiot.
Who's that monster?
Okay, I'll hit him.
Yeah.
So I'm worried that it might do that. There have to be a strict rule set, for each player. I'm encouraging you guys as well to have like a no phone thing.
Speaking as a DM, someone that is a professional dungeon master for D&D, I make it a point to not have people use their phones, tablets, computers, things like that. I know there's a lot of really cool character sheet apps and stuff like that, but I feel like the urge to literally go off and do anything that's not D&D with a tab or something like that is too much for people. Like, I mean, I even outlawed myself from using a laptop to DM with because I found that, I just want to use this for music and looking up facts and stuff to create ambiance. And I found even myself being like in the middle of a session kind of looking at other things and getting sidetracked with it. So I mean, if this works in a way that doesn't detract from the game and make it keep the focus on the phone, this is going to be a really cool companion piece.
If the developers can make a button that just says lock out all other apps until you do a password.
Yeah.
And the DM has the password.
The
to let
DM
people
is
in.
like pay attention button.
Yeah. That would be cool. Everyone
Ooh.
syncs up and has a pay attention button. Like, hey, whenever I'm running a game, the only time anyone is allowed to use their phone is if they're not currently in the room. And in that case, I usually encourage, okay, you two are outside, pick up your phones because I don't want you to pay attention.
Yeah.
Instead of having to make them be like, you guys go over there and play video games in the corner. No, just you guys can sit there, just use your phones. So anyway, moving right along. Next up is something that.
So Quake Champions, which I'm sure a lot of you are hopefully excited about. You might not be excited about. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to be.
I'm up in the air about this right now.
Yeah, me too. And this has kind of made me a little bit more up in the air about it too. So Quake Champions will be free to play, but it will also have pay to play options in it. Mostly in the sense that, you can get the game for free and everything, and everyone is going to be able to play the Ranger class. The Ranger class is going to be available to every single person. And you're going to be able to unlock other characters using in-game currency, but you're only going to be able to unlock them for temporary amounts of time. So the in-game currency that they're going to be using is going to be what you can use to rent characters, essentially.
Yeah, and you'll get that from doing whatever in the game. And then you get
Chivos.
So here's what's bothering me about this game right now. First off, it's Quake. Quake's an arena shooter. And a lot of people think the arena shooter genre has gotten really stale. People have gotten used to the whole class-based stuff with like Overwatch and Team Fortress and that sort of thing. So they're going the class-based route, except they're not making the entire thing free, but they're giving you a little taste of it. So you play a little bit, they give you some of the in-game currency where you can rent a character, and what that's going to do is it's going to be like, oh man, I really like this other character class, but I can only get the Ranger class for free. So it's going to entice them to spend money. It's sort of I feel like a lot of the decisions for this game have been made in a boardroom and not by the developers working on the game. And that kind of pisses me off because this is Quake. This is one of my favorite franchises from back in the day.
And this is some phone app paying bullshit that they're getting into right
Right.
now.
Here's the taste.
Some
And-
League of Legends bullshit.
I mean, I'm not even going to get into the whole fact that I don't really want, like the segmentation of having different champions or different classes in Quake. I don't want that. But
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody out there who's playing Overwatch right now or something really does want that. But it's just everything has to iterate on everything else, and everything has to become more mainstream, and everything has to appeal to the lowest common denominator. So Quake can't be Quake anymore. It has to be over Quake, or whatever the hell
Remember
you want
when
to
you
call
could
it.
just, when the only difference in your character was like the skin that you downloaded to play as?
Right. No, not anymore.
I played as the Snork all the time for some reason. So, Capcom has announced that they are going to be doing a best of Disney 8-bit series games. So all the games that came out on like the classic NES systems, things like DuckTales 1 and 2, Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, Darkwing Duck, and what was the last one?
When there's trouble, you can call DW.
He is the terror that flaps in the night. Oh, Tailspin.
Tailspin.
The one with,
Oh, really?
The one with
Tailspin,
Kit Cloudkicker, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Oh man. So they are going to be re-releasing all of these classic Disney games. Some of them were really fucking good. I mean, DuckTales was
Yeah, pretty good.
really excellent. I really like
Pretty
the
good
Darkwing
side-scrollers.
Duck too.
But
But
everyone loves DuckTales. But they already made a re-release of that. It's not going to be that one. Some people were like up and down about that one.
it's going to be the classic 8-bit graphics.
Now here's the thing for me. Like these games are very frustrating, and you died a lot in these games. That's true. So there was a lot of repetition where you're like, oh man, I got to go back to the checkpoint and restart from there, and it's really difficult. I don't have time for that anymore. I've got lots of other things to do, and I know get good, son, get good, but no, I don't have time for that either. I'm sorry, I don't
Good
have
or
time
get
to get
wrecked.
good at this. Yeah, I don't have time. I just want to play it and have some fun. They've given us a rewind button. So it's kind of like a
Your
quick save and
shoulder
quick
controller,
yeah.
yeah.
There you go, rewind. Just oh shit, fell off that thing. I mean, it's kind of cheap and cheaty, but
Prince of Persia did it, and no one would complain about that.
it was a game mechanic, you know.
It's a game mechanic in this now.
All right, so
exciting.
last but not least, I want to talk about this new thing on Raspberry Pi. So if you got a Raspberry Pi, you can now grab Parsec. And Parsec has really honed their code. These guys have really honed the code. What Parsec does is it allows you to play games streaming thanks to H.265, because now you can get a lot more data and a lot more, I guess, you just get a better signal with H.265 and better compression technology. So anyway, you can basically just play games on whatever device, streaming from your main PC. You don't have to worry about using the Steam thing anymore. You can just do this. You can stream all kinds of things. So
Awesome.
yeah, if you got a Raspberry Pi, you may want to check this out. Just want to make a quick mention of this. Be a really nice.
Don't have a Raspberry Pi, you're a loser.
Yeah, guys, it's only $35.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? I think I've said enough. Let's go play some video games. What do you think?
Yeah, I want to go. Let's go
Yes, we'll do that.
do not this. Cool.
We don't want to do this. It's awful.
No, we do want to do this, but not as much as I want to play video games. That's all.
Right now, it is video game
Yeah.
30. So we'll see you guys in the comments. Grab some stuff over there. Thanks
Look at
very
all
much.
these cool things for you to buy over here. Ooh.
Yes, they're wonderful. All right, guys. See you.
Zip.